The name Emmanuel, meaning God with us, was spoken at a time of great crisis. In the days of King Ahaz, the nation of Judah was facing invasion from surrounding enemies. The people feared destruction, but in the midst of this uncertainty, God gave a message of hope through his prophet Isaiah. Therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. This prophecy, first spoken to King Ahaz, was not just about the immediate deliverance of Judah. It pointed to a greater event, a divine intervention that would change the course of history. Ahaz, the king of Judah, was faced with a monumental decision. Under threat from the powerful kingdoms of Israel and Aram, Ahaz considered forming an alliance with Assyria to ensure his kingdom's survival. But God had a different plan. Through Isaiah, he called Ahaz to trust in him, not in foreign powers. Yet the king's heart was troubled, and he hesitated to place his full faith in God. Moreover, the Lord spake again unto Ahaz, saying, Ask thee a sign of the Lord thy God. Ask it either in the depth or in the height above. But Ahaz, in a moment of doubt, refused to ask for a sign, not wanting to test God. Yet God, in his mercy, gave a sign anyway, a sign that would echo throughout time, the birth of Emmanuel, meaning God with us. The immediate fulfillment of the prophecy gave hope to the people of Judah, as God's promise was that their enemies would not prevail. But this child, this Emmanuel, was more than a sign for King Ahaz's time. The name Emmanuel would transcend centuries, carrying with it a divine promise that God himself would one day dwell among his people. For before the child shall know to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land that thou abhorrest shall be forsaken of both her kings. The Lord shall bring upon thee and upon thy people and upon thy father's house days that have not come from the day that Ephraim departed from Judah. Though the immediate threat was dealt with, the true meaning of Emmanuel would not be fully realized until centuries later, when another child would be born, this time not only as a sign, but as the ultimate fulfillment of God's promise. Fast forward several centuries. In a small town called Bethlehem, a virgin named Mary gave birth to a son. This was no ordinary child. As the angel appeared to Joseph in a dream, the ancient prophecy of Isaiah came to life. Now all this was done that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken of the Lord by the prophet, saying, Behold, a virgin shall be with child, and shall bring forth a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which being interpreted is God with us. The prophecy of Emmanuel was finally fulfilled in the birth of Jesus Christ. This was the moment when God didn't just deliver his people from their earthly enemies, but he came to live among them. Emmanuel, God with us, was no longer just a promise, but a reality. As Jesus walked the earth, he embodied the very meaning of Emmanuel. He was God in human form, living among his people, teaching, healing, and ultimately bringing salvation. Through Jesus, humanity experienced God's presence in a direct and tangible way.